Hey, alright, here we are again. I know it's been a little bit. I think it's understandable over the, you know, holiday season, end of the year. Lots of stuff going on. I know there's been a lot of stuff going on for me. That's why I haven't gotten any videos out, but hey, you know what? It's a new year. Made it through the last one, so got another one ahead of us. And I'm gonna try to draw quite a bit in the next year. I'm not really a big fan of resolutions or anything like that. Um, I don't know, just feels like, you should try to do good things every day instead of saying, oh, well, I'll start it, this year or whatever. But, to each their own. If you like making resolutions, more power to you. Just maybe not my thing. But yeah, so I hope you're doing well. Hope you all had a good end of the year, start of the new year type thing going on. I'm going to be drawing some on this. I'm just filling in some textures, uh, gaps in the line work, stuff like that. Just basically adding detail. We'll see how long the video goes. I don't really have like a set plan for this one. It's like the fourth one of this particular drawing that I've done, and I want to wrap it up pretty soon. And I'm getting there, so hopefully we'll get there in this next video. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much my only objective here. If I don't get it all the way done, maybe I'll finish it somewhere else. I think I might just fill in like a background, a quick background or something, maybe in another video, just to talk about finishing. Because I was thinking, kind of over the break, I guess, that talking about, because I do a lot of drawings of like figures and portraits and stuff that have like really simple backgrounds or just really simple elements added. I think it's just like a layer of finish to a drawing to make it, I don't know, maybe like a closure type thing or something, like putting in some sort of like frame or background or something kind of brings it all together and makes it feel done. If you don't want to put time into a really well detailed background, and kind of just, put something there to occupy the eye so that you don't got like a big chunk of empty space. Think about making a video about that. That's one of my favorite things to do. As an artist, it's probably my favorite shortcut uh, for not drawing backgrounds is to just do like these simple frames. Like lots of like colored boxes and things like that. But it's fun, and especially when you're spending time in a sketchbook and you just kind of want to like practice drawing figures and portraits, and but still make it look polished and complete. It can be a good way to kind of add that extra something to a drawing. So yeah, could be fun. I had that idea, and I may use the opportunity to draw some squiggly things in the background. It's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, so things are going okay. Life has just been hectic. Life gets that way sometimes. I got a lot of things going on right now. Not a lot of details I feel like sharing, but life is life. We all go through it. Sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's easier to get things done, and other times things get in the way. That's fine. That's just the nature of things. It's not gonna be great all the time. It's not gonna be crappy all the time. It's gonna go back and forth. Have a little bit of both, and I've had a lot of both lately. A lot of both. That's fine. Don't feel like getting too deep. I've had a pretty good couple days drawing, which is good. Been doing a lot of those little teeny comics, and I definitely want to make a video about that. I might make a video about that right after I make this video, actually. It's pretty late. Usually when I get my filming done, it's late at night. It's almost midnight right now. To go ahead and put a timestamp on this video when I made it. I think it's funny that certain people on YouTube like don't like to date their videos because they either like make them weeks in advance and then release them later, or, something to that effect. And I think it's funny when they're like, "Oh no, you dated the video." Like, I dated the video. I made this, Thursday night. 10 minutes to midnight. That's exactly when I made it. What's the big deal? January, whatever day it is today. The 5th. Yeah, I had to check that. My hand going out of frame. That was me checking to see what the date was today. I didn't work today. It's my day off. I don't need to know what date it is. Come on, man. Like I gotta know what day it is every day. That's, anyway. Well, I'll move on from there. I really like this drawing. I've had it on my desk right next to me for the last like 2 weeks or whatever. You know, basically just taunting myself to finish it. Not only to finish the drawing, but to make the video and everything too. 'Cause I really like it. I haven't drawn enough of this character though. Man, I got like 1,000 characters in my head. I'm working up ideas for a couple comics actually. And the tiny comics that I've been drawing have been sort of like an exercise for me because I haven't been drawing any comics. I'm in like the writing stage. But when I get in the writing stage of comics, I tend to get bored because I just want to do the drawing part and skip ahead and do that. So I kind of make these like out of context comics for whenever I am doing the writing phase. So I can do a little bit of comics drawing with and still be planning my stories at the same time. I'll talk more about that. I think it's a really interesting thing to do as a comic. Someone who wants to make comics, a comic book artist, whatever you wanna call it. Kind of like to just practice putting comics together visually, I guess. Because one of the things I find the most joy out of in making comics is like the visual assembly of them and how they read when they're completed. Lots of fun ideas and stuff I'd love to share. Because I've looked at a lot of comics, I've written a lot of comics, and I've drawn a lot of comics, a lot of which have not seen the light of day for anything, but I'd like to say that I can contribute a few ideas, even if, you don't have to be an established artist to share your thoughts. So maybe it'll be more of like a I don't know, like a log or a diary of sorts, I don't know, video log of my ideas, rather than a how-to, I guess, I don't know. I'm just gonna do whatever I want, call it whatever I feel like, and I hope you guys like it. It's kind of my angle, you know. So, yeah. But I am really appreciative of you guys, all the comments and everything. I've taken a few days off from well, like social media in general. Like I've been posting stuff, but I haven't been doing a lot of like responding to comments and stuff like that. That's just because things have been busy. So I'll get back into it more soon. But I do read all the comments as they come in because I have, they pop up on my phone. So whenever a comment comes in, I read it. I'm like, oh, I gotta reply to that later, or I'll like it or something and then reply to it later if it's something that's needs to be replied to. So I try, guys. I try. It's a lot sometimes. To complain about how many comments and likes and stuff I get is kind of not cool on my part, but I just want to let you know that I do try to get to everything. Even if there is a lot, I'm always, you guys are important to me and what you say is important, so I'm always trying to read as much as I can, check out as much as I can, respond to as much as I can, because it matters to me. So we're getting there on this drawing. It's good. It's good. Spent a few minutes on this. Trying to find a good place to put my hand with my recording setup. It's definitely getting there. Basically just going in with the pencil and adding textures and definitions, and because a lot of things are still pretty rough around the edges, shading wise and line wise and stuff like that, where I left this drawing in the last video. I want to make it, I was hinting here that like the texture is kind of like, fuzzy on the ears, and just, you don't have to spend a lot of time, just a few like simple lines. Texturing out the whole ear would take a whole lot of time and effort. It doesn't really need that. So just kind of implying that the texture is there is enough to add form to even this, somewhat large shape here. And be subtle about it. I'm all about details, but you can definitely overdo details. I spent a lot of time overdoing details. Like rendering every scale on like a lizard or something like that. I used to do these old drawings of like monsters and creatures and stuff where I would just really over render like every little bit of it, and it took me forever, and I don't know why I did it. They always look kind of just overworked and grayish blobby things at the end. I just kind of hated them when I finished them. I didn't really know why until I kind of, started to get into more serious drawing, like taking classes and stuff. I found out that like rendering everything isn't always a good idea. That you can hint to things, suggest things, and it'd be just as effective as spending all of your time rendering every tiny little bit. Don't overdo it, No need to. So I don't know, I can look at all the videos and add up how much time total I spent on this drawing, and it's pretty long compared to, I spent a good amount of time on this drawing compared to some of my other stuff, considering. But it's turned out pretty well, and I don't think it's overworked or anything like that. I don't get the same feeling looking at this drawing as I did with those old drawings. I feel like I've got just enough detail where I need it. Not to say that it's perfect, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I would change, but I'm pretty happy with it. And I think I'm gonna like block out a background now, a really simple one, because I'm pretty much done with all the detail here. I'm not actually gonna move into the background right now. I'll save that for another video. Just because I've got kind of like a separate agenda to talk about on the subject of drawing like simple backgrounds. And just thinking about movement here, I'm kind of planning it out. I'm going to start down here just so I get some dynamic shapes behind my main shapes that aren't, hitting any like tangencies or interrupting any big ideas, anything like that. I think I'm going to go with like just basically like maybe tentacles or something back here. But it's going to be dark, or maybe make it dark. I don't know. I think about it. Gotta think about it. I'll sleep on it and come back to it. Never a bad idea. But that's looking pretty good. And good length on the video. Kind of works out that way. Pretty nice. So thanks for tuning back in. Hopefully this will be a good year for drawing. Hopefully for not just for me but for all of you guys too. Getting a lot of feedback that you guys are enjoying drawing along, and just listening to videos while you draw and getting a lot of inspiration that way, and that's awesome. Like I love to read that, and I'm super thankful that I'm honored to be able to inspire you guys and help you out on your art journey, and we can all kind of be in this together, because I think that like one of the greatest things about making art is the community that surrounds it. And we're all in it together, whether you're doing something creative or whatever. You're doing sculpture or drawing or knitting. Being creative and doing creative stuff is difficult, and you can't learn everything by yourself. So look to your peers, and we can help each other out and make some really beautiful stuff or cool stuff, whatever. So let's do that, and hopefully it's a good year. I'm having a good one so far. I hope you are too. And see you next time. Bye-bye.